How to boot from a flash drive OS using VirtualBox. I have two flash drive, one with Slacks installed and another for Android x86 Live installed, but they do not boot in my laptop. In my work they boot perfectly. I can boot from some Live CDS/DVDs or its ISO files using VirtualBox, but I cannot do it for live flash drives. I put the flash drives and start a VirtualBox without any virtual HD, but VirtualBox does not recognize them as boot options, as it does for CDS/DVDs. Any ideas? Any alternatives if VirtualBox does not support it? Edit 1, I'm using Windows 7, but I would like to know how to do it in Linux, Ubuntu, for example, too.
For Windows, see this article, boot your USB drive in VirtualBox. For Linux, the same approach is described in How to Boot from USB in VirtualBox on Ubuntu. The approach is to attach a physical drive to a virtual machine using the BoxManage command line tool that comes bundled with VirtualBox. You can then boot your virtual machine from the attached physical drive. Alternatively, and only for Windows, Linux Live USB Creator, formerly Ubuntu, is a free software for Windows that allows you to create a bootable Live USB key with a Linux on it. It offers the option of automatic virtualization using portable VirtualBox to directly run Linux in Windows without any configuration nor installation.
Here's a quick summary of the Windows link provided by Harry, which I discovered independently. In Windows 7, open a cmd prompt with admin privileges. cd2 /program files /oracle /virtualbox. Run the following command. Replace the hash with the disk number from Disk Management in Computer Management, disk 1 in the image below. Finally, attach the newly created VMDK within VirtualBox as an existing hard drive image.
I know this question is old, but I'd like to throw something in. As with other answers, I recommend the BoxManage command. However, I created a bash script for Ubuntu that simplifies the command and even offers a helpful walkthrough for less comfortable users. It'll help make any changes needed for USB mounting to work, like adding group membership. Advanced users can use flags to avoid the walkthrough. Check it out here. Use bootable USB drives in a VM, VB bootable USB mounter.
VirtualBox is able to load from USB. However, it is a bit tricky. I was not able to boot from USB in BIOS mode, so enable the EFI mode. Now add the wanted USB device to the config to automatically mount it on start. Now start machine. If the USB drive is already detected, skip this step, the reset. However, on some systems, unfortunately, right after start the USB stick might not be detected. Make sure that USB is connected. If there is a general issue to mount an USB drive to a VM, see this post VirtualBox error, USB device is busy with the previous request. Now reset the machine, not power off, using the menu or hit host key plus R, usually host key is right trill. You might be lucky and the system is already booting from USB. If not, you need to provide the boot file manually. To do this, you should now see an additional drive, here FS0, no other drives are attached to my VM. If there is a V attached, this is always detected, probably as FS0, you might find a new like FS1. First type the drive to boot from, here, FS0 column. Next you need to specify the EFI file. You can also use ls or cd commands to browse the folders on the USB drive. Provide file name, usually located below EFI, for example, EFI /boot/boots64.efi. Hit enter to boot from that EFI boot file. It is possible to store this info permanently into the file startup.nsh, see here for a good explanation. As an alternative, type exit plus enter to leave the shell and enter the EFI menu. Now choose Boot Manager. Select the drive to boot from. There are more options in the EFI settings, like providing a path to the EFI file manually. Unfortunately, these settings are not stored permanently in the ROM of the VM, VBox 7.06. If you want to enter this menu directly, hit Escape or F2 immediately when the VM starts. The timing here is critical. It took me some attempts, resetting machine and try again.
If you want to support the channel, please